kind of just trying to find common ground and what's going on, in society and things like that. Talking to folks about the COVID. Can I talk to you guys about the COVID?
Totally. Anything to be in a YouTube video.
Right.
That's this one.
What do you guys think about the whole COVID in general? Like just what's been going on with the shutdowns, the lockdowns, restrictions, all that kind of stuff. Like, what do you guys think about COVID as a whole?
I think a lot of people are tired of it, and if they continue with the shutdown, they're going to see a lot of people they're going to speak up more. They're not going to take it. These little small businesses are not going to take it. They can't survive.
You don't think it's real? Why not?
Because they're just trying to kill themselves.
Who's trying to kill themselves?
The people getting COVID. They say that, but they're wrong. They're just killing themselves.
Well, we've had lots of discussions about how the depression is the depression that people are experiencing, that children are experiencing, is far more devastating than the risk that people have of getting. I mean, we have I know there's probably actually a larger majority than we think of people that are agree with us on it.
Back in June, you had the CDC director who literally said that there was more suicides than there was COVID. This was back in June.
Yeah.
So just imagine how that rose over time with right now,
I'm a teacher, and I definitely, it's concerning to me. It's concerning to me.
How is it like? Are you doing the Zoom thing?
Yeah, 100% online teaching, which is devastating. It's really sad. I see my own children not getting the education that they deserve, and we make decent money, but we can't afford to send our kids to the private schools that all the politicians get to send their kids to, and their kids get to go to school.
There's an article that came out that said that there were kids who were actually falling behind in math because of the whole Zoom thing. Is that happening with you as well?
Absolutely, because a lot of I would say probably 33% of my kids are tactile. So when kids are tactile and they can't physically touch manipulatives to learn division, that they didn't, because I teach fourth grade, those kids that can't learn division in third grade because they weren't in school, they come to fourth grade, have never learned division, don't have their multiplication skills, and don't have physical things to actually divide. They don't understand what division is. And so, the math skills are horrible. My kids are lucky because I'm there and I get to teach them I have all their math on site. But a lot of parents don't have that skill or that knowledge of it. So
there is also a story about the New York Post that said there was an 11-year-old boy who shot himself while they was doing the Zoom thing, and I just think, and this happened in California, and I can't help but think that if schools were open, that would have never happened.
I agree. Yeah.
And
it could have happened, but I think the likelihood would have been very different. Yeah.
So that's why I'm not really. Most people afford a lockdown, but I don't think I haven't talked about it to most people. You guys are the first one I told.
Yeah.
But if most people knew stories about children like that happening with the children shot themselves because he's at home, they're not really getting the education.
Well, another thing that because teachers are mandated reporters. So our job, not on top of all the many hats that we wear on a regular basis, we are also responsible for the welfare of our students. And if kids come in with bruises, or if kids come in and they're acting differently, or something's happening, we have to pinpoint that and we report it. It's legally our obligation to report when children are acting off. There's something not right. You notice that kids are changing. I can't notice that kids are changing. I can't do my job in the way that I was being able to. So that kid that was experiencing those depression moments, I would have caught that. If I saw that kid every single day and all of a sudden something's happening, I would have caught that. I can't catch that when your screen is off and your microphone's off and you never talk to me and your mom never emails back and we never do it. Like that throws that back on the parent.
Look at that Tesla.
That's cool. Oh,
That is cool.
So I got to look at that. That's pretty dope. So you mentioned earlier about I don't know. I think you said it about people being hypocritical, like the government officials. You had like Gavin Newsom, who went to a restaurant indoors, large crowd, no distance whatsoever. You also had Mayor Garcetti back in June, a large crowd with BLM. One health official who banned outdoor dining, but then went outdoor dining the exact same day.
Yes,
So it's
LA,
like
yes.
right, and you like Mayor Lightfoot and Chuck Schumer. You see all these people who are kind of saying one thing and then doing another. It makes me think that if they're not taking COVID seriously, is COVID really that serious?
I agree. I think that's something that, and I'm going to ask you a question because I feel like, we've been kind of exploring a lot of alternative methods of getting our news and things like that, because I feel like the news is just super not reliable and super sketchy. For you kind of are portraying a very conservative point of view. And obviously his sweatshirt is kind of telling me something different too. But so like, we're curious because like I feel like traditionally a lot of African Americans have voted Democrat, but the Republican Party is the party that did, Lincoln was a Republican. Traditionally, Republicans are people that are wanting people to rise up and to be successful. So I'm curious because I feel like there's been a silent majority of people that have not been portrayed correctly in the media. So
I'll be 100% honest. I'm not happy with the GOP right now. It seems like a lot of them kind of turned their back on Trump, which is really kind of weird to me. Like Lindsey Graham. You have people like Lindsey Graham who's like fist pumping Kamala Harris, and I'm not too happy with the party, and I think most are kind of like distance themselves from the GOP. I see myself as a Republican conservative because I do care about the country. I'm about God, family, and country. I want us to thrive, but I think we can't do that when we're all kind of giving our lives to the government. When you hear folks say, my body, my choice, the government shouldn't interfere, but then look at what happened. They said wear a mask. Exactly, And so, to me, it's horrible because you got small businesses that are affected. You got children who are not learning. These things matter, and you got folks who afford the lockdown who want to defund the police and take money from them and give to those who are going through these depressions. But then it's like, why give money to those who are going through these depressions? And because we're locking down. If we didn't lock down, these problems still happen every single day. But when you lock down and you have the CDC director saying that more suicides are happening than COVID, then the lockdowns don't work.
Devastating. Like a child losing their life, taking their own life is far more devastating than an 80-year-old with pre-existing conditions dying of COVID. I'm sorry. Like, I know that sounds kind of cool, but not really. Like, that's our future. Our children are our future, and the other people, they've lived their lives and they've experienced all this stuff. And the hypocrisy is overwhelming.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not real. I just think that it's been politicized to a point where we're just kind of saying, okay, government, tell me what to do. You know what I mean? And we're not fighting back, but we can go protest and BLM and Antifa can do what they want to do, but yet we're kind of just lollygagging with the mask on. I think we got to be fighting back. This is so bipartisan that it shouldn't be a left or right thing.
That definitely needs to be. I think that the silent majority has to rise at some point, and we're we're lesbian, we're conservative, but I know we're like, people are shocked when we're like, oh no, we voted Trump because we back our president and we think that what he's saying is the right thing. Now, not always I don't always agree with that, but we believe in what he stands for, and we think that he is trying to rise people up, bring people up and give them that power to empower themselves. People just don't see it.
How you guys feel about the vaccines?
Well, it's too soon to make that kind of judgment,
We can't cure AIDS, but we can all of a sudden magically have a vaccine for this.
That's supposed to be the most deadly virus in the world, and all of a sudden we have a cure? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
And then CNN that did a report saying that they want to try to maybe implement vaccination cards to where if you go somewhere, you can't go anywhere without the vaccination card to show that you got the vaccine for COVID. I think that kind of sounds like a communist type of.
It sounds like a socialist society. Yep. That where they have all the power. I mean, it's not communist because we don't have any power. It's not equal because the governors are doing whatever the hell they want. That's not fair.
Because if you think about it, they didn't want voter IDs for people to vote. So why do we need vaccine cards to show we have a vaccine?
Exactly. Okay. You want to talk? Go ahead. Say something, baby.
COVID is messing everything up.
It is.
It's messing school up too. Yeah. It's making it so boring.
And how is it like for you learning? Like, is it like what's going on in your class? Are you focused more? Are you not focusing? What's going on with that?
Very less focused.
Yeah. And plus, the only reason the truckers are striking is for Trump, not for Biden. Trump. And can we all agree that 2020 just sucks completely?
But you know what?
Like, we will all
say one thing. The teachers are doing the best they can in what they have.
I mean, we are doing our very best, but there's only so much we can do from behind a screen. It's
not really their fault that the children are not getting the education that they need. They're doing the best they can in what they have. Mm-hmm. It sucks. It really sucks.
So there is going to be, I'm just throwing this out there, there's going to be a protest. I don't want to take you guys away from your kids or anything, but there's going to be a protest tonight at the Capitol, I believe, the curfew protest.
Oh, good.
So it's more bipartisan. it's not going to be like a Trump thing or nothing like that. Hopefully, we can all just come together.
Our rights are our rights. Whatever you believe, that's your prerogative. That's fine. I don't care what you believe, but there are rights. They're human rights. You can't tell me what I am allowed to do and not allowed to do.
You can hate on me all you want.
And it's unconstitutional.
Yeah.
Well, last I checked, we didn't elect CDC to tell us what to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and just the stomping on our constitutional rights is got to stop. It's just going to keep. We kept saying it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, and it is just sliding right down. It is what it is. You know.
So, do you guys think that people who say, you know, like for example, I don't wear a mask because I have asthma, but some see that as an excuse? We can move it over here. Some see that as an excuse when I say I have asthma, and they say, oh, you know, you should still wear a mask. What do you think about people who do wear a mask, but then if you don't wear one, they think that you're not protecting everybody else? Do you think that's selfish, or what do you think?
I don't. I feel like you do what you feel is best for you. Do I think I wear the mask because I'm respecting businesses and what they feel is the best for their business, and I will support my small businesses. And if they say they want me to do that, I will wear that because I will, you know, I'm not going to rock the boat. It's not going to hurt me in any way. However, I'm not judging other people for whatever they do. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. Like, as long as you're not coughing on me. I mean, I don't want you to breathe on me, but like, I never wanted you to breathe on me. So it's like, you know, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. I really don't care. Just don't breathe on me. That's the only thing. You know?
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
have
guys.
a great day.
Take care, all right? What's up?
Isn't the COVID actually just spread like by like air or something like that?
Yeah.
They say it's airborne, yeah.
Yeah. But if we just like, I don't know about you, if you have seen that one McDonald's ad where they're like having McDonald's and they're like 6 feet apart in a circle, they're just chucking food at each other because, well, it's their food and they're trying to be good.
How does that correlate with being airborne?
That it's not like they're fine. They're 6 feet apart. They're not really airborne, doing it really airborne. They're like, there's stuff around the food, so like they're just grabbing the stuff around the food in order to like give it to the
Think
animal.
about it, they're touching it too and throwing it out to people.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's only airborne. So I think that McDonald's ad is kind of actually helping, or like it's just like.
Well, if they're touching burgers and throwing it out to people when people are 6 feet, I don't think that's a...
Well, not like burgers, but like in the package, you know?
Yeah. Well, anyway, hey, I appreciate you guys, all right? God bless you guys. Julius, so my YouTube's going to be, again, it's open discussion. Once this all gets up there, I'm trying to customize my URL so you guys can go to youtube.com/open discussion. Once I get that changed, hopefully it'll be there. But if you go on YouTube, just type in open discussion, and hopefully this will be up pretty soon.
Are you on TikTok too?
No, I don't do TikTok.
Well, listen, but I know you say
I know you can get a wide range of people. I know.
This is where I'm getting a lot of my information, and I know there's a lot of misinformation out
TikTok?
there.
What the?
Swear. I know, because I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that communist,
2 weeks later,
that Chinese,
you
whatever. But no, but the thing is, I'm on there, and there's a lot of people with the same perspective I have, sharing a lot of the same, and pulling news from other places that you never would get on a regular basis. So I was an avid like, no. And then I started going, wait, this is a free range of like lots and lots of information that supports my point of view and adds to my ideas. So it's out there.
Yeah. Just look up Candace Owens.
Oh yeah, I know who she
We're
is.
big Candace
that
Owens
woman.
fans, yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
then the brothers.
Technically, yeah, it is my first video. Yeah, I have other videos, but
Like
a whole
different
What are
types
they
of
called?
videos, right?
yeah,
twins?
because this is
The
my first
twins.
official one. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The twins.
The Hodge twins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love that.
All right, yeah, take care.